I,
Well, hello and welcome. We're so happy to welcome you to the Waking Up Spiritually podcast. I'm Wendy Rose Williams, and with my co-host Gregg Kirk, we're happy to ring in the new year here. And we are going to do something different today. We're going to do a live channeling and are inviting in Yeshua Ben Joseph, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary, the Ascended Masters. But before we do that, let me introduce you to me a little bit, and then Gregg will do the same, and then we will invite in the Ascended Masters, as I said. And evidently my puppy would like the door open, so we will do that at the same time too.
I'll start with me. I'm Gregg Kirk. You can come to my webpage, my website at greggkirk.com. That's spelled GREGGKIRK.com. I'm an energy worker, energy healer, Lyme disease advocate. I do online group healing circles as well as in-person events in the Connecticut area. So click on the events tab there. Reach out to me if you would like a remote session. Or if you're in Connecticut, of course, we can schedule an in-person session. So back over to you, Wendy.
Fantastic. And I am a past life energy healer, and I have the privilege of helping people release energy that no longer serves them. Often, past life energy can show up as chronic pain, both physical and emotional. It can show up as anxiety, it can show up as depression, or just feeling like you're stuck and cannot get moving and can't align with that purpose, or don't feel you have the resources for that purpose, or just feeling stuck in some major way. And in addition to being a past life regressionist and a Reiki master energy healer like Gregg, I also have the privilege of being a channel for Yeshua Ben Joseph and for Mary Magdalene and for Mother Mary. So again, that's our context for today. And Waking Up Spiritually can be found at wakingupspiritually.com. So you're so welcome to join us live via our Facebook group by the same name, Waking Up Spiritually. But if our second Monday of the month, 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern broadcast time is not convenient time for you, please check us out via the website, and you'll find everything archived there. So I think we're ready to get started, Gregg. So
All right.
to just bring up our PowerPoint. So for those of you who are listening, we do have a PowerPoint, the world's shortest PowerPoint for today.
Yes, let me get this going. Here we go.
And again, we're just so glad that you're here with us. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you for just helping us kind of process through what 2023 brought us and did for us. And some people had overall a wonderful year. Other people have been more happy to say thank you 2023 and welcome it out the door and welcome in 2024, which is the year of the dragon, and just a lot of other, I think, big, exciting things coming up this year for us. So,
Right.
all right, well, perfect. So let's get started then. And I need to do one more thing. Okay, you are just struggling here, my puppy. There we go. All right, we are ready. No more interruptions from my helper, Henley the dog here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to invite in Yeshua, Magdalene, and Mother Mary, and we will see who would like to speak first. We may be speaking with one of them, two of them, three of them. The point is, when you are a channel, you're meant to have some delightful surprises, and you just have to kind of surrender to that process along the way. So don't really know. It's not like you sit and plan it out and write it all down ahead. So just explaining that. And you're going to see me just get quiet for a moment and invite them in. And please, you're just welcome to relax and hold the space and do that. And you're so welcome to ask questions. I'm not sure if it's going to be more them sharing, or if they're going to invite questions or dialogue. So we'll just find out, and we get to have an adventure together. And Gregg always has great questions and just helps hold the space. When we did this once before during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started. And you're welcome to close your eyes. Just get nice and comfortable. Take a big breath in through the nose and feel your vibration and frequency gently rise. Feel yourself getting wonderfully grounded to a gracious Mother Earth, inviting our higher selves to be fully in our bodies so we get to benefit from and experience that distilled wisdom across all lifetimes. And once you get yourself wonderfully grounded, we can then connect up with the divine. And I'm asking to be a clear channel for Yeshua, for Mary and Mary. You are welcome to speak through me. Please come in and share with us what you'd like us to know. We're here, we're here, we're here. All three of us are here. This is Yeshua. I'm going to speak first and give some context, and would just like to thank everyone for being here and for taking the time to speak with us and to perhaps feel some resonance of just spending time with an old friend and someone that you have known before, and just be able to make that sort of a delightful connection. And what I'd like to speak about for setting this new calendar year off to a wonderful start is the marvelous, marvelous things that come when you get nicely balanced in your masculine and feminine energies. Because yes, we may present as more of one gender than the other, or again, we can be more fluid. But regardless, we all have marvelous divine masculine energy. That's the left side of the body. Excuse me, I'm backwards here. That is the right side of the body. The active giving side is the masculine side of the body. And then the feminine side is that beautiful left side of the body, the attracting, the receiving side of the body. So we all do have both types of energy. And why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because it is so beneficial. It is so important to your health, to your happiness, to be able to get balanced, get within your heart and get those two sides balanced, as well as here's an important, I don't know whether to call it a secret or a little known fact that not everyone is aware of, but the way we can have peace on earth and enjoy peace on this beautiful planet is by finding a place of peace within ourselves. And how might we do that? Then is the logical question for many of you. How do we find peace within ourselves? How do we feel good about ourselves? How do we own who we are? How do we find that place? It's by balancing the masculine and the feminine energies. That's a big part of the journey. Also balancing the four elements is another way to look at it. Also important, your fire and water, your earth and air. We'll get to that in a moment. Also your chakra system, your life force energy center is another way. So you can hear the theme of what I'm conveying here is balance, just in different ways. And when we reach that place of peace within ourselves, the magic can really, really happen of just being grounded, just being marvelously in the moment, feeling loving, feeling joyful, feeling harmony, feeling gratitude, all those highest vibration energies that you can enjoy as humans and are very, very much there for the taking. So think about a time. I'd like to help you remember a time when you felt really peaceful. You felt like all's right with the world. Just tune into that moment and see it like a little tiny candle. See it bringing some light, bringing in more light to the world. And then see wonderful friends all around you, as well as angels all around you, lighting one candle to another, and bringing in so much more light and peace to the world. So just that feeling, or whatever else might convey peace to you. I'm going to be quiet for a moment and let you think of a moment where you felt really peaceful. Just feel that. And then we are going to radiate it out to the world. So many angels here assisting. Each of you is able to call on the angels to assist. You're able to work with ascended masters such as myself. I'm here as a world teacher for many, many reasons. And that's why I have the delightful opportunity to connect with so many people. This has nothing to do with religion. It's simply a beautiful energy of love and of peace and of joy, of being able to connect with one another and feeling that feeling of peace, of camaraderie, of friendship. And when you get that energy balanced within yourself, we then radiate it out to the world. Let's just take a moment to do that. What a beautiful way to start a new calendar year. Just seeing peace within your home, peace within your neighborhood, your community, your various communities, your state, your country, your region, whatever you relate to, your continent, throughout the entire world, throughout the galaxy. Again, there are so many angels here to assist with whatever you might be needing. We realize often people can be feeling a lot of fear, anger, distrust, confusion, pain, many, many challenges. So know that you can absolutely call on your own higher self, as we did at the beginning, get your own energy grounded and clear to help you, and then connect up to the divine. You're also invited to connect with me, to connect with my mother, with Mother Mary, who some call Queen of the Angels. I think that's a lovely title. With Mary Magdalene, with my wife, whoever you most relate to, just make those connections, even if you've never connected with your higher self before, or you think you haven't, because you have, you absolutely have. Your own higher self is your own soul, but you can make a more conscious connection, is the point I'm trying to make. You can invite your higher self into your body every day. As you wake up in the morning, as you first wake up, you can invite your higher self in and ask to be your higher self that day. And just feel the peace from doing so. Feel the wisdom, feel the support. Same thing with connecting with your guides and your angels, with God, whoever you're choosing to connect with. So let me stop at this point and get Wendy some water. And Gregg, if you've got any questions to ask.
Yes, there's actually some questions coming in through Facebook.
Perfect. I'd be happy to answer those, to work with those, and then we can move on and do some work to balance either the chakras or the four elements or whatever might come up. And I'm so grateful to those who are here helping hold the energy for the live and who have questions. So what questions do you have? How may I be of this?
Somebody asked in our group I feel there's an important correlation of water and consciousness. Please help me with the mystery connection between water and consciousness.
Yes, water is crucially important. It is the strongest of the four elements. It is a feminine force and energy. If you've ever spilled a big glass of water, isn't it kind of shocking how much it travels and how far it goes? So the consciousness of water has been studied and looked at by many different people. There are mysteries there that are still being understood, that are being tapped into. What I'd like to say about the consciousness of water is it's very much a reflection of the person who is working with it, meaning it's a powerful magnifier, it's a powerful amplifier. So the intention and the good energies that you put into it as you bless that water, as you work with that water, as you clean that water, as you charge that water, is just going to amplify and to just spread. Because think of how water spreads. With my simple example of that glass of water, and now magnify that incredibly by the lakes, by the rivers, by the oceans, by the fresh rainwater that's falling down from the atmosphere. Does that help? Is that on point with that question? You're welcome to ask a follow-up question if you need to. I realize you're not asking them live. So Greg, if you want to move on to another one, you can, and we can double back to that one if we need to.
Yes, I've got another question. This is kind of a personal nature, but a woman is asking that her son is being bullied at school and seems to be uh, attracting some unfair conditions at school, and she's asking what she can do to help.
Okay, so here's what you can do. Let's help everyone stand in their power fully without abusing it. My recommendation would be to look your son in the eye and tell him you're going to, you may have already been doing this beautifully as his mother, as his parent, and tell him that you are going to help him with this, acknowledge the pain of it, because that's a difficult situation, but help him stand in his power fully. I'm sure he's got some brilliant coping skills of just being able to, perhaps he's going to ignore, perhaps he's going to use a sense of humor, perhaps he's going to deflect, perhaps he's going to put on a beautiful cloak of invisibility and be fully in his power, but sail down that hall in the school building and just not be attracting attention because he's fully in his power. He's feeling comfortable with himself, and power and energy and strength, it has nothing to do with size. And I'm sorry that this can be just so difficult in the school situations or in the workplace situations or whatever it might be. But the more you can help him see his strengths, see how wonderful and amazing he is, he's going to get grounded and clear in his energy, and he's just going to put out a different energy to not be attracting that bullying, which, as you likely know, it's someone not feeling good about themselves. It's an acting out. it's a form of cowardice. It may have been unfortunately a learned behavior from home or from others. So it's a person that's really struggling. So let's look also for the bystanders. The bystanders are very important in these situations and in these roles. And when they just step up, stand up, come nearer to that person, put an arm around them, say a word on their behalf, it just tips that balance. But that can be hard for people to do if they feel like they're then going to become the target. So it's helpful to remember that there are many, many, many bystanders to these interactions often. They're not always off in secret, one-on-one, although it may be that scenario too, where someone's being really cornering your son. So I hope that helps. And again, just empathy for all parties involved.
Thank
Let's
you.
get the energy more balanced.
Good. There's another person in the group who's experiencing some grief after putting down her dog. She was wondering what kind of oh, let me read. I had to put my little dog down because he had cancer and was suffering. So she's just having trouble resolving the grief.
This feels like it was quite recent. And as uncomfortable as it may be, it's okay to feel the grief. It's okay to feel the grief. And I'm certain you gave your dog a wonderful life. And the more time that we've spent with an animal companion and the closer we've been with them, the more the grief can really present. So just know that you will be able to reach a day where you're going to have those fond memories again. You may already be having some of them now. Just think of those really fond memories together, and just enjoy those. And just know that your heart, it's going to work its way through this, and you are going to come back stronger than before, because you're not going to stuff the grief. You're going to be able to unpack it bit by bit, because we do have to feel the feelings to be able to heal them. But you might want to do a ritual where you really perhaps you gather together some favorite photos or items or something like that, and make a little ritual place, and just light a candle and talk with your pup on the other side, if that feels joyful for you. And just know that he just ran over that rainbow bridge so quickly, and you certainly will see one another again. But that doesn't mitigate the true grief that we feel when those that we love pass on. And animals are family. Many people don't have their closest relationship can be with an animal, can be with a pet. So just know that you're being held by the angels, and ask them to help lessen that grief, while knowing that it's very real, but to take that from you, and to know that you will get back to that place again where it's just fond memories coming in again and again and again.
Okay,
I hope that helps.
thank you. We have several more questions coming through, so I'll try to get to these. A person is asking that there are times that he feels that he's going backwards when it comes to meditating, and he wonders what he's doing wrong.
Oh my goodness, you're not doing anything wrong. Meditation can be the cha-cha, definitely. Any spiritual practice can be. as can life, of the 2 steps forward and the 1 step back. And it's okay. Please, just be kind to yourself, and just you might want to give it a rest for a few days and come back to it fresh. You might want to do your practice a different way. Sometimes people think meditation means there's nothing in their mind, and they've just emptied their mind and they're sitting there quietly with their legs crossed in the Om position for hours at a time. Oh my goodness. Yes, that can be accomplished by some, but meditation, it's just meant to get your brain just feeling calmed down, peaceful. A walking meditation is absolutely a strategy. Just take a walk for 10 or 15 minutes and consider that your meditation. Or meditate as you're falling asleep at night, perhaps, or perhaps first thing in the morning. Do something to change up your routine a little bit. And please do not be hard on yourself, because some meditations put us right to sleep, and we think, oh my goodness, I didn't get a darn thing accomplished. Well, you needed some sleep, and we come in and work with you when you're meditating and you fall asleep. So it's absolutely a very beneficial meditation. Some meditations might be writing the grocery list or writing the to-do list mentally, and that's okay too. Maybe you want to have a pad nearby and just open your eyes for a second and jot down those random thoughts that are interrupting, and then you just let it go and you settle back down. Perhaps if you meditate just on your own, um, you might want to try some guided meditations for a while, or something like that. So I hope that helps a little bit, but please, there's no doing it wrong, and that's why it's called a meditation practice. It's simply a practice. It's giving some time to yourself and honoring yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you. We have a question from another listener whose mother just passed away, and she's going through some grief, but also the will is being contested, and she just would really like it if she could get help from her mother.
Oh, this is very interesting. So let's ask for the highest and holiest for all involved. Let's put any agendas aside of feeling like it should go this way or it should go that way. Let's just try and let go of the human expectations. And absolutely, that's a beautiful thought to invite your mother's spirit in, to just bring in calm and ease and grace for everyone involved. Isn't that the way she'd want to be? She'd want to be remembered. But sometimes, yes, things can just get very messy. What's that expression? You don't truly know the nature of a man until you divide an inheritance with him. So let's just ask your mother's will. It sounds like it's a legal document that's being executed. So let's just ask for some ease and grace with it, and for it to go just like your mother would want it to go, and just let go. Try and let go. I hope that's helpful.
Beautiful. Another listener is asking, they're actually saying, empathy is brutal. I've been born this way, and I feel tormented by all the animals in the world being neglected and abused in a million ways. Will humans ever evolve?
Yes. Oh, I really feel that question. Being um, an animal lover myself, you may not know this, but I did I did heal a lot of animals. I really enjoyed doing that. The purity of their souls. and empathy burnout, compassion fatigue. These are very real things. These are very real, very challenging energies to work with. So my recommendation would be to ground and clear your energy daily, morning and night at minimum, if you're not already. And know that humans are evolving. I know it doesn't look like it at times. That's why I wanted today's message to be about peace. Uh, so yes, it is happening. And look for anything that is assaulting your senses in an inappropriate way regarding cruelty to animals. If it's coming to you via social media or via your mailbox, do your best to get that removed and not have that input even come to you. Because you can impact and change the feed as well as the mailings coming to you. And some of the information, whether it's from an animal rescue or preservation society or whatever it might be, some of it's at a high vibration, and some of it is at a low vibration with shocking graphic photographs with guilt trip that's trying to wake up the people who are not aware of what's going on. But you're at the opposite end of the spectrum. You're beautifully aware of. So we need to get that dial down for you a little bit. So those would be some of my suggestions. And keep calling in the angels. Call in Saint Francis each and every time that you are feeling that distress in your heart on behalf of the animals. Call in St. Francis and the angels and ask for their help and assistance. And let's try not to, I'll say this very gently and appropriately because we're not in a direct conversation. So I don't want to be misunderstood. Let's try not to judge others. Everyone's in a different place with their awakening. So let's just try and send light without condemning others for where they are. And I'm not saying you're doing that. So, but those would be some of my recommendations. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of beings of light gathering here that are assisting with this. So I hope that's of assistance.
Beautiful. Here's a real good question. It's long. I'm going to condense it down, but basically, how can we best support ourselves to go through these energy shifts and also keep living the regular day-to-day 3D life?
Balance. Oh my goodness, that is a fantastic question. Taking care of your body, doing the best you can to good food, plenty of water, some movement every day, getting enough sleep, and doing some things you enjoy makes all the difference because it just brings all your energy up. It brings your life chi up. And then that helps bring some ease and grace to those tasks that need to be accomplished, and balancing it with what you want to do in your spiritual journey. And also know that they can be combined in some very beautiful ways. So you're driving somewhere. Perhaps you choose to listen to a podcast or an audiobook or music that's very uplifting for you. So during any commuting time or driving time, perhaps you're out raking the yard and doing some yard work or some housework that's kind of routine. And you can be just meditating at that same time. You can be connecting with your guide. You can be sending out beautiful energy and assistance to others during that time. You can do so while you're in the shower. So it doesn't have to be that everything is so finite and separate. because you're a beautiful soul, you're a beautiful energetic being. So it doesn't have to be so separate. There can be more ebb and flow between it, is what I'm trying to express. Greg, does that make sense? Am I
Mhm.
hitting the point correctly?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, we have another question here. How can we dissolve the masculine energy that leads the money and business world that follows rules? How can the feminine continue to bring grace to anyone in their masculine that could have harmony with velocity and ease and less discord?
Balancing that masculine and feminine energy is just critical. And I got lost in some of the detail of it, but let me try and speak to that energetically. It takes a lot of energy to dissolve anything. So I don't mean to be wordsmithing here, but perhaps that's not something that's meant to happen. Am I hearing, Greg, help me understand, am I hearing again a question of beautiful, bringing finances into it, bringing money into it, bringing power into it, but am I hearing, how do we uplift the feminine energies in those areas while balancing up the masculine? Is that what I'm hearing?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Okay. So guess what? The astrology is the planetary energy is, we're already there in many ways because we're in an age of Aquarius. We're in a 2000-year long cycle, having just come out of a masculine one and having moved into a feminine one. So just looking for those new ways that are more inclusive, that are more peaceful, looking for those ways versus coming from this place of scarcity and I must take from you because there is not enough for me, that type of energy. So, and that's not divine masculine, that's a competitive low vibration. It can be masculine or feminine, but it's a low vibration energy. So it's just looking for, how can we do our best, as I started today's conversation, to be at peace within ourselves, to hold ourselves responsible for that, and to look at what would be the most loving response to what I see going on here. Loving does not mean weak. Loving is often the hardest path with the most strength and clarity involved in it of all. When we're talking about these sorts of things, like the scenario that was being provided. So in other words, it's, how can I up level this for everyone? So it's not so tit for tat, one against another, one taking from another. It's not taking that slice of the pie and trying to grab more pie. It's, how can we share the pie? How can we bake a bigger pie? I guess we've gone back to the miracle of the loaves and fishes here, haven't we? Um, where everything is energy and we're able to create. So I think that's the best way I can comment on that, is to say it's time to call on our creator energies and our co-creating with one another and with God.
Okay, beautiful. We have another question. A person saying, I have quite a tender heart and so much passion and love for the world. How can I dissolve or transmute or alchemize the anxiety and panic that tries to rise in my body on a daily basis?
Oh my goodness. Yes, this is for all the beautiful empaths and high sensitives. You are so needed. and you are approximately 20% of the population at this time, and it can be a challenge. So here's my suggestions for you. My suggestions would be to ground and clear your energy every day, because as an empath, as a high sensitive, you are very likely to be picking up lots of energy from other people, from situations, from places that don't serve you. So grounding and clearing is key, getting fantastic with that. You can do so by just imagining yourself, get outside in nature, spend time with animals. Those are wonderful ways to ground and clear your energy. You can do so in your own bath or shower with water, back to that consciousness of water. And just when you take your daily shower, just let go of all the energy that's not yours. Say a prayer, ask for assistance. I'm letting go of any energy that's not mine, any energy that does not serve me, energy I've outgrown, and just let it go down that bathtub drain. Do the same thing when you wash your hands. Just you can use water in beautiful ways to clear your energy and get yourself wonderfully grounded to the earth. You can put a beautiful mirror circle of mirrors all around you, and have these mirrors bring light to you, and have them shine your light out into the world, because mirrors, of course, are very reflective. And these mirrors are also protective, because imagine these mirrors can swivel either direction. They now all point into you in that circle around you, and they're bringing you the best of the best energies. They also, now you're in a place where you're feeling great, you're centered, you're clear, you're balanced, and you're sending that energy out via those mirrors facing out. And when those mirrors are facing out, on occasion, when someone is trying to dump on you and land energy or their problems on you that are not yours to handle. I'm not saying you're not going to be empathetic, but we know there's a fine line of just having too much dumped on you. And if the other person leaves feeling great, and you now feel like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders, well, they just dumped everything on you and you allowed it. So this gets back to the point of being wonderfully in our power and knowing who we are. So those mirrors facing out, those reflect back to people what's not yours. You are not here to save the world. You are not here to take care of everything. Again, that's back to my point about the compassion fatigue and just the total overwhelm and the panic attacks and the anxiety that can be coming up for these wonderful, wonderful high sensitives and empaths who we need feeling great, because they do so much for the world. And that's when they're in their creative space and they're helping others and they're healing others, and they're painting and creating music and taking beautiful photographs and healing others, and all those wonderful, wonderful things that often come from that empathy and that sensitivity. So that's one way to do it, is to put those mirrors around you, but just finding ways to take care of yourself, to ground and clear regularly. And Gregg and Wendy do have a couple podcasts on that topic. So you're welcome to go to wakingupspiritually.com and go into the search bar and look for energy management, look for shielding or clearing, or use any of those words. And you'll find some podcasts on that topic to help you. And if someone is actively really trying to dump on you and you just feel you're getting run over, just think ahead of time of what would be a really fun way to stay in your power. For instance, the way that we taught to Wendy was because she remembered seeing Star Trek as a child, and she remembered that Captain Kirk would go shields up, and she can do that in a nanosecond, and people won't realize what she's just done. But sometimes they'll even physically, if they're together physically, they'll physically take a step back, because she's just in a very peaceful way. Because this isn't about attacking anyone else or taking away from them or criticizing or judging them. It's just you staying fully in your power. So maybe you like that fun routine of doing shields up occasionally, if you need to, and just be Captain Kirk on the on the Enterprise. Just come up with something fun for yourself and practice it ahead, and know that you're going to feel so much better. And I just offer you so much love and compassion. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the beautiful high sensitives and empaths that you are. Also, there's a physician. Let's see if I can pull her name out of it's in Wendy's memory bank, so I'm just asking her if I can look there. Dr. Judith Orloff, Orloff. She has some beautiful books and interviews about empathy and sensitivity, and how to manage that so that that beautiful gift does not feel like the opposite of a gift, because it does need some management to be able to enjoy that gift.
Very good. Okay, we have one last question, and then this is a fun one.
Okay.
For Yeshua, did you have any hobbies when you were in your physical form?
Hobbies. That is a great question. I have to admit, this may sound really, really funny. Woodworking. To get to do, because yes, I was a carpenter like my father, but to get to do some sort of like whittling, like to make a little animal, something that was just fun and beautiful and had no function. It wasn't like I was making a bookcase or building a house or doing repairs with the carpentry, but truly it was getting to do something like that with my hands, using my hands.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, those are all the questions we have today.
Well, wonderful. Well, Mother Mary would just like to speak for a moment, so I'm going to step back because she's been waiting patiently. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I would just love to offer everyone my blessings. This is going to be a very special year. I know you're all ready for it. There's going to be lots of changes. I know the rapid changes have been a lot to take in. I want to let you know again what my son was saying. There are so many angels here. Even if you've not worked with angels before, please, please, you're so welcome to call on them, because they are here poised to assist Mother Earth with her ascension journey at this time. Mother Earth needs to cool herself off, and some of that is not going to be especially easy for those on the planet. So let's just respect the planet, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and just think about those powerful forces of nature. And let's just do our best to bless her and help her with anything and everything we can do to help the planet pull itself off. And the more that we do that, the less challenging the extremes will be that she'll need to do to do that herself. So I just like to share that message, and love from me, so much love from me, so much love from Mary Magdalene. She just wants to express that too. She's been standing here to the left. I was standing to the right behind my son. And thank you. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being who you are. And let's all just embrace the marvelous ride that 2024 is going to be. Okay. My goodness, it's so interesting. This is Wendy. It's so interesting. I can feel Mother Mary's got this unique signature, and I get like one tear comes out of my right eye. And she's like, I want to say something. I want to say. It's like, okay, got it. Got it. So I hope that was helpful to everyone. It was such a pleasure and a privilege to get to bring in these wonderful ascended masters who are just three of so many. And again, you know what guide is right for you. You know who you enjoy connecting with, want to connect with. Everyone's got a different belief system. I fully respect that. And just know that you're able to, because things are changing so much, and we're able to connect so much more easily with the divine, with Mother Earth, with other galaxies, with other dimensions. So just keep grounding and clearing your energy, and take great care of yourself, and know that we are rising together.
Yes. Okay, so we've got a couple of slides to
Perfect.
go through here. There we go.
All right. Well, I would love to invite everyone to some events that I have coming up. I'm going to do a Balance Your Four Elements workshop is coming up on January 24th. So you can sign up for that for free via the link that's here. And if you're not able to attend at the time that it's being held live, I will record it and it will be available. I will put it on my YouTube channel. So that will be available. So don't worry if you can't get there for that time, but do go ahead and sign up. Soulmates and soul contracts. That is always a lively conversation, one that I really enjoy, having had a lot of experiences in that area myself. And that's going to be February 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So again, there's a link for that. And I have the good fortune, I'm going to be interviewed. I'm going to be the guest on John Burgess's Beyond the Ordinary program. And that's going to be on February 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we're going to be talking about what are the benefits of past life regression and how might that be of assistance to you. So more details will be coming up on that. That will be on my website, and my website is wendyrosewilliams.com. And Gregg's website is Gregg, Gregg, Kirk, KIRK.com. And one other program that I offer on an ongoing basis is a 1-hour energy healing and blessing with the angels, and then Q&A. So that's something you can sign up for free via my website too. So please join us February 12th for the next Waking Up Spiritually podcast. And you are so welcome to join us in our Facebook group, Waking Up Spiritually. And you're welcome to visit our website at wakingupspiritually.com, which, as I said, has now got that great search feature on it too. And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like to get your information that way. Please, we so appreciate you rating and reviewing us on Apple iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts, because that just helps people find us. And we are on the various podcasts as Waking Up Spiritually. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Gregg, thank you for pushing all the right buttons for us and for bringing through those questions. And thank you for all the live questions from people. I wasn't expecting that, and that was fantastic just to get to hear. I look forward to listening to the recording, because it's really an interesting process for me to channel, because part of it, I'm a conscious channel, meaning I can hear what he's saying, and other times I don't know. I'm at a higher level with him, and I don't know what he's saying. So I always look forward to listening to the replay myself, because I'll get to hear all of it. So, and thank you to Henley for being a good, quiet pup here.
Yep. All right. Great way to start the new year. We'll see you all in February.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.